Hello, and welcome back to this channel. Today's going to be a very fun video because today is going to be another informational plant tour. There's a lot to talk about, so before we do go ahead and start today's video, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you not miss our video. And please like this video. Let's go start today's video. So, this morning I actually did a video talking all about this, and I was saying just a lot of information about what I was kind of thinking about this. I don't really know what I wanted to do. I wanted to hear what you guys recommended. And I think the best option is to just connect both of these systems, buy a little bit more equipment, and try to force even more air into the system. And I really feel like at the end of the day, that would be the best things. But other than that, I do feel like it's okay for right now. I have done a lot of research about selling stuff, and it doesn't sound that bad. I've kind of made it sound that bad, but I will say, the one thing kind of stopping me is you have to have your area inspected. Now, obviously, this room itself isn't horrible, but I also do also have a slime shop that I do on the side. So I don't really think I would get approved with a slime shop being in the other room. So I will say, even though I've had the setup for a year, I've had a lot of people question about the setup. And what I tell everyone is we're not selling anything in here. It is only for just working with, learning about that plant, learning the best ways to grow stuff, and just learning everything about these designated plants. I will say everything that is grown outside will be eaten. I do need to do some research about that because it's complicated. Because with my particular setup, there's like nothing about this type of a setup, so it makes it a lot more complicated. So I need to do a lot more research throughout the next few days and try to figure that out. But I think for now, just gonna kind of work with the plants with how it is right now, and then over time I'll start to do that. But other than that, the system's doing pretty good. Lettuce wise, it's absolutely thriving, and I will say I'd rather have both systems growing crops really successfully that are able to be harvested than have one setup that's doing great and another setup looks like it's like running at like 200 degrees or something. So the lettuce is doing pretty good, I will say that. I do feel like the lettuce is kind of weaker than usual, but the roots look phenomenal. Very, very exciting for that type of area. Those are good too. But other than that, this is all basil up here. We have buttercrunch lettuce, oak leaf lettuce, which looks really, really good. Red lettuce, grand lettuce, and then bunching onions. Then we have a ton of tangle lettuce, a lot of parsley, and then pea plants that look okay right now. Then with this setup, I don't really even need to talk about it because the plants are barely even living. So, talking about this setup over here, a lot of the plants aren't going to look as good as they usually do because I'm about to water. So, pretty much all of them do look okay except the microgreens. I'll say that really quick, but other than that, the oregano looks pretty good. Very, very excited about to work with this and turn it into seasoning and all stuff like that. But I do think it's a little bit strange, the fact how maybe just random nutrients. That could be a big possibility, but it's kind of weird that the plants are like kind of starting to die. Maybe too much roots. That's probably mostly what's happening. But then we have mustard. Forgot what it was called for a second there. And then we have dill, and the dill is looking pretty good so far. Very, very excited about that. Then we have the microgreens, and I will say these don't look as good as usual because usually they're like sticking straight up. Right now they don't look as green either. The soil is like bone dry, so I really just need to do a good layer of water on them. And then strawberries are doing really good. I'm not gonna water these at all. I will say I just did a huge seed order, and I just bought 100 more strawberry seeds. So I'm gonna start to turn those into plants over time, which I'm very, very, very excited about. And I'll be working with those a lot throughout the summer, but I really want to have those like just growing really well before summer does hit. Then, you know what, I'm just going to do this side and then I'll do everything over here. we have our biggest plants on this shelf. We have all our just kind of spreaded out pea plants. Those are doing really successful. Then down here we have more of our bunched up pea plants. Those are really awesome. Then right here, these are the biggest plants in the room. These are our cherry tomatoes. These are doing really, really good. Just everything about them absolutely thriving. I will say, I bet the soil is completely full of roots, so I'm kind of just waiting to see if they ever just kind of stop. So there is that. But I will say, it's doing pretty good. Then we kind of have, so this is a little bit more difficult to explain because you're probably wondering why on earth am I setting this stuff up like this. This was originally not supposed to go through this long. Originally, when they were really small seedlings, they were going to be taken out of the soil, rinsed off, and they were going to be put in the hydroponic system. But I don't really like the pebble method because it just takes way too long to do it. But other than that, it's still fine. But I'm going to do a lot more testing, and I think I'm going to start lettuce the same way once again and start growing it the normal way I've been growing it for a long time. Now, talking about this setup, I was saying I really don't know what I'm going to do with the hydroponic system, and I might just convert it over to the aquaponic system. But I was saying this morning that I do have a lot of other systems I do want to work with, and I will be working with. So there's one of the main systems I'll be working with, just kind of the bucket method. Very, very excited with that. Then this doesn't look great. I really just need to get rid of this. Then going down here, we have our strawberries and blueberry plants we're actually working with right now. I'm not seeing any growth whatsoever. I'm trying to stall really quick to see if I can get a good view, but kind of just looking through it, no growth whatsoever. Maybe some right there. There's maybe a little bit right there, but that's more of just some of that perlite starting to kind of mold a little bit. But now we have our flowers. Both of these are doing pretty good. We have our the sun's falling over. These are our poppy seed plants. Then we have cosmos. We have two big bunching onions plants, and then we have a lot of rosemary, and I'm really excited to start working with that too. Then going back over here and down, we have our biggest plants, well, soon to be the biggest plants in here. Our cucumber plants are right there. Then we have our broccoli plant, and that one's going to be very, very big. And then we have our other cucumber plant. And then for the finale shelf, we have a lot going on throughout this shelf. We have 3 little pots that we're going to try some different ways with. We're growing basil, cilantro, oregano, and parsley. And to be honest, I don't really know why those pots are there. Then we have a ton of flowers throughout the middle. I think I'm just going to let them kind of just dry up for a while and then see how that does. But other than that, they're doing okay. This plant's pretty much dead at this point, but same with this. But it's disappointing to see how these plants have gone through and a lot of mistakes I've made on the journey through this. Then we have our daisy plants and our celery. The celery's starting to grow. So are the daisies, but it's growing very, very slowly. And this soil is really being pushed up, so I'm going to kind of fix that a little bit. There we go. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the tour. I will say, I'm going to talk about 2 to 3 things really quick. So, I've done a few updates on this setup. This is going to be a future aquaponic system and a huge ecosystem project I'm going to be doing. I will say, I'm going to post a video in about 3 to 4 weeks talking about this. And really, it's going to be an awesome video. One of my most high quality, fancy filmed, and really hard to edit type of video. And yeah, so you guys can set your calendars for about a month. I'd really love it if you would. I don't have an exact date of when the video is going to be out, but we'll just see how that goes. Then I will also say, I eventually want to have this as an aquaponic system, but for now, that will not be happening yet. That'll happen very, very later on. And yeah, so this is going to be one of the last updates I give you on what's going to be happening, because I actually ordered everything for the system, and it's already, well, half of it's already here. So for now, that's going to be the last update. And I will also say I'm going to start working on soil too. So I want to do that, and I'm going to start making some custom soil for the strawberries and see if that could really fix them later on. And yeah, so this is going to be the end of the video. If you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. I just really want to give a second and thank you all for watching today's video and just supporting the channel. And if you guys have any questions to ask, I'd really love to have a conversation with you guys. And yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.